Greetings. First of all, I'm sharing the link to the full fight between Khabib Nurmagomedov and Conor McGregor. For those who don't know the result, Khabib won by way of Conor tap after a headlock. Now, I want to say first of all that I'm just giving my 2 cents. I'm not an expert. I'm not very familiar with MMA. I'm a Muay Thai practitioner. So this is just my 2 cents, like people say. But during the first round, my observation was that Conor was very comfortable, particularly with the grappling. He seemed very calm, in control, and I felt like Khabib was using a lot of energy and that he would be very tired during the second round. Now, on the second round, amazingly, Khabib did put in work and managed to have Conor on the ground. He used to be in control during the grappling. And what is striking to me is Conor never seems to have any guard. Never seems to really protect his head. He seems like he's like moving backwards, but it's not really protecting his head. And that's surprising for someone at such a level. Now, I'm not familiar with these fights either. The first full fight that I ever seen from Conor McGregor was the boxing one, not the MMA, against Floyd Mayweather. And I thought he performed well, very well actually, for someone coming from an MMA background. And someone going against Floyd Mayweather, who is undefeated, and not only undefeated, but one of the best ever. Now then there was this round, I don't know really the round numbers anymore, but this round where Khabib really pounded Conor, gave him the punishment. And I felt like during the next round, Conor would be so tired it would just be over. If it would not end during that same round when he was getting the punishment. Amazingly, the following round, Conor was putting in work at a distance. And then they were really going at a distance. But Khabib was really putting work and taking his time to try to take Conor down. And he eventually did, and he ended up with a headlock. Now, I have a request. If people could share the link in the description box, in the comment section, I would like to see what happened after the fight, because the link that I'm sharing is right to the end of the fight. And what I was interested in seeing is that because in the beginning they did not touch gloves, of course there was some animosity. I don't need to even go into details about that because it was well publicized. It was well covered in the media. But my thing is that even if people had some situations and disagreements or some beef or whatever that is, as long as they step in the ring, even if they don't touch glove in the beginning, at the end, they can, either hug or either, go like a half pound, half hug, let's say, or even shake hands, or even if they don't shake hands, like say some words like, yeah, I'm saying, you did well. Now, the only thing that you can see in the video that I'm sharing, this is the first link in the description box, by the way, there will be many other links, is that Khabib is like saying some words to Conor. You can tell that it's not kind words. And it appears to be saying some unkind words also to some corner and throws his mouth guard. But I'm like, okay, he just won the fight, and most likely he was not the one who was seen as the favorite. So he won, and there's adrenaline and all that. But I would like to see after that, after the decision or even before the decision. But I would like to see, just out of curiosity, if they will eventually exchange words of respect. Because I think that I'm lucky, because all the fights that I did, I always got to give a hug to my opponent at the end, whether I won or lost. And it's something nice because it's a sign of respect when you fight against somebody. On the ring, it's war. During the fight time, when the fight time is over, the war is over, because this is a sport. And we respect each other because we know we go through the same practice, the same training, more or less, through the same efforts. And we respect a dude that steps on the ring, because many people speak, but they don't know what it is to step on the ring. Just stepping on the ring alone, you lose a lot of your skills. There's many things that come into play, many questions that comes into your mind. And mixed martial arts is like the hardest thing in fighting. Muay Thai used to be, I mean, it is still in France because for the record in France, it's not authorized to have mixed martial arts fights. So the government don't want to allow it. They say it's too violent and blah, 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 and so on. But really, there's some federations like Judo and others also who are fighting against that because they know that if it is allowed, then their training centers will be empty. But anyway, so far Muay Thai is like, let's say, the most violent that you can do. Or maybe people might argue about what we call pancras, which is kind of like MMA, but on the ground, no blows are allowed. On the ground, it's only grappling. So people might debate that. But I did try MMA, not for long, just a few times, maybe 3-4 times. And it is, I mean, those who practice Muay Thai knows that during the clinch, you spend a lot of energy. It doesn't show on cameras. It doesn't show for non-practitioners. And when I say non-practitioners, I don't mean competitors. I don't mean people who actually do fights, because some people do train for years and they are very skilled and they do a lot of sparring, but they don't actually do fights, full contact fights. And it takes a lot of energy just with the clinch alone in Muay Thai. But with the MMA, someone is on top of you, or you're on top of the person, and you try to do a headlock or whatever, arm lock or whatever lock that is, or try to do some movement to get out. It takes so much energy. People don't have a clue. People don't have a clue. So to me, definitely the MMA fighters, they're like to the highest level. There's no higher level than that. You know. So it's interesting. I don't know if there will be a rematch. I really don't know. We will see. But it might seem strange. Personally, I would like to see if there was some words exchanged, because I really love to see the respect between the fighters at the end. You know. And if there was none of that between Khabib and Conor, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. But I would like to see that out of curiosity. So it was a good fight. But once again, I'm not an expert. I've never seen a full fight of Conor. I've seen some MMA full fights, but not of Conor. I've seen, of course, some compilations, some clips about Conor's highlights and so on. But Conor is known for being arrogant or cocky, like some people say in America. I hope it's not a swear word. I hope it's just like a slang word or just a familiar word. And it was the same for Ronda Rousey. And if she wasn't so cocky, I guess the outcome wouldn't have been so hard on her, because she even contemplated suicide and all that. But she did, got back up on her feet and moved into acting. I saw her in the movie 22 Miles with Mark Wahlberg and all that. And she did a good job also on that movie, Furious. I can't remember which Furious it was, Fast and Furious series. So I'm sure it's going to be very hard for Conor McGregor. I don't think it's the first time he lost it. I don't think he's undefeated, but I think it's going to be hard for him, knowing all the noise he was making before. But anyway, if he gets a chance for a rematch, that would be interesting. But all that to say that, he was a little bit more humble. His loss wouldn't have been so hard on him, because I'm sure it would be hard on him. I don't know if he would show him or if he would admit it. But really, if you're so confident and so arrogant and so cocky, then you're supposed to destroy your opponent. And the way he lost the fight, let's say that even if he didn't destroy his opponent, he could have done more damage. When you make all that noise, at least you should do more damage. But then again, he's a professional. I'm an amateur. And I don't even practice that art, that style of mixed martial art. I don't. So I want to let it be known that this is my humble opinion, my humble observation. However, I am still a martial art practitioner. I was a regional champion in 2016. I was a vice national champion in 2018. But that was amateur. That was not semi-pro, or that was not professional. This year I'm turning semi-pro, so we'll see how it goes. The first fight will be interesting because it will let me know what it's going to be. But I started martial arts late, so I'm not going to have a long career. So I still think that I'm entitled to an opinion. So this is not about bashing Conor or anybody else. I'm just giving my observation. I think I'm being respectful. I'm not saying that as if I'm afraid of any backlash or repercussions, but just for the record, because I do respect fighters. I do respect people who practice sport anywhere. People who have their skills, something that they do on a regular basis, and usually when you practice an art like martial art, you don't do it. Excuse me, just once a day. You do it like at least twice a day or 3 times a day. Some people do it more than that. So something that you practice a lot, and something that you love, and the people you practice with, you have this appreciation that is so particular. People I practice with, we never really see each other outside to have a drink or to have a talk, but we get to talk after the practice, or we see each other when one of our guys is fighting, for an exhibition, or during the national or regional competitions, we see each other, we get to talk. But during the practice time, we don't really talk like that. But because we go through all this struggle and pain and exercise and sweat, there's a huge respect. It's like I see them as brothers, and the girls who practice, I see them as sisters. So I encourage all of you to practice a sport, and you can even practice a martial arts sport, and see how it goes. Personally, when I started kickboxing in 2015, I was in a situation where I couldn't see my son on a regular basis, so I had to go the legal route, go to the tribunal and see the judge and stuff like that, because the baby mama was kind of crazy. And when I say kind of crazy, I'm being kind, but that's not the topic. So I had to do something to compensate of this lack of me not being able to see my son, so I wouldn't do anything crazy, because I had some very bad thoughts, and only because I separated with the baby mama. So the only revenge that she saw to do was to prevent me from seeing my son, because there was no judge decision yet. So it took some time. It takes a lot of time in France. So now, I see him regularly and all that. But it was a period of time I was really down because I wasn't seeing my son. And since he was born, I used to see him every day. So when I started in 2015 with the kickboxing, before I moved to Muay Thai in 2016, it was just to practice. I wasn't even looking to get in the ring for a fight. But as it went, as I got more comfortable, as I progressed, that's when the idea, and also going to see the competitors and to support them, that's when, I kind of felt like, hey, I would like to give it a try. I wanted to give it a try, and as you know, in France, there was some terrorist attack, especially in that place called Bataclan. So all public exhibitions, all public sport or whatever that is, were canceled. So the first time it was canceled, and I was training very hard. When you train for your first fight, it's like you're training to fight against Superman. You're just in crazy mode. And then there was another time when I had a date for my first fight, and the day before the practice, they told me that it was canceled. And first I thought it was joking, and I thought it was just a joke. And at the end, I went to the coach, like, is that for real? He said, yeah. It's like, damn, I was down. And that's when I felt like, I'm tired of that, So I looked for Muay Thai. I really had to fight. I found a club. So the coach, I saw online the address. I went there. I said, you know what? I'd like to fight. That's what I'm interested in. He said, well, you come from kickboxing. This is Muay Thai. We're going to test you, see how your level is. And if your level is good enough, then you go. And I did it. They said, yeah, you can go. And 2 weeks later, I became the regional champion. But that was only one fight. But anyway, that's just a little background of where I come from with martial arts. Started in 2015 and started fighting in 2016. So it's a beautiful thing. It's really a beautiful thing. You're getting healthy. You're getting in shape. You're getting skills. I mean, if I was to fight in the street, if I was attacked in the street, if it was 1 or 2 or 3, I have technique. I'm very, very comfortable, and it makes you very calm. Very, very calm. Yes, indeed. Some fighters are very arrogant, violent, stubborn and stuff like that, aggressive. But a lot of them, many of them, I would say most of them, the people I come across during exhibitions, training, practice and all that, in the street, wherever I meet people, see people who practice martial art on a regular basis, they are very calm. Makes you real, real calm. You're used to taking blows, kicks to the face, knees, You know, you're getting injured by people and no harm, no hard feelings. No hard feelings. It is what it is. So you're very, very calm. Sometimes you get punishment and sometimes you get a shot to the liver. And as you know, you have to put your knee down. You can't move, can't do nothing. And you're like, well done. When I get a kick to the face, it's something that's not easy to do. I say, well done. I smile. I'm like, dang. And I'm like, I got to step my game up with my guard. No hard feeling. You know, you did your thing. So it makes you real calm. You're not faced by words, something like that, because you get blows all over your body. So it's a very good thing. And it teaches disciplines, particularly for children. When you're an adult, you're supposed to have discipline anyway, unless you're a punk Pan-African. But anyway, I'm not going to dwell on that too much. But for the children, it's very good for discipline also. And as a matter of fact, I will end on that. My son is 4 years old, and he's starting Muay Thai. He really loved when I used to take him to practice, to exhibitions. And I think some of you have seen a video of him on a punching ball. So he's starting, and I'm happy. He's going to have discipline, he's going to have skills, he's going to be in shape, he's going to be healthy. That's a beautiful thing. All right, have a good day. Take care. Try to make the best of your life. Let's try to make this world a better place.